It's Friday. It's for... It's short fuse. How's everyone doing? I hope you're well. Hope everyone's good. I'm Alex Holder. I'm the cameraman and editor, video editor of NG Live News, and I've been made to come on. I've been made to come on. Don't really want to be on, but still.
You're doing very well.
Thank you. I hear that Sumit and Jeff have some questions for me.
No, not really, Al.
Not really?
No,
just wanted to be.
I love the way we're zooming in on his face here. This is quite good. Come on, Al, tell us more.
Well, I'm leaving, basically. After 3.5 years, I'm leaving.
Traitor.
I'm off, you know. See you later.
He's leaving.
Moving.
On a jet plane. Don't know when he'll be back again.
Yes, so I'm leaving. So it's been like 3.5 years, I think, something like that, and it's been a journey, to say the least.
Tell us more.
So started at college. Didn't really like college. Wasn't really for me. So I left and got a apprenticeship, and then I was here for a year as an apprentice, and then 2.5 years after that being full time. So woo! That's all I got. That's all I got. Highlights. Going to Switzerland and going to Dublin with Pri. That was very fun. And Paris as well.
Yeah,
And Paris.
bloody hell. I don't even remember that.
Sorry, you have to remember any of our events.
Yeah.
Oh, and the events, the Telka, Energy Live.
Getting pissed on the company money.
Yes, very much so. Very enjoyable, especially the night of whiskey. That was very
Which shall
entertaining.
be repeated in it.
Hopefully so.
Yes.
My parting message.
It's emotional. This is the Oscar bit. Time to cry. There we go.
That's my parting message. And I have a video for you all as well. A very exciting video put together of all my hard work of me being here. And I will let Tia run
VT.
do it.
Hey yo, I see the new drug is attention. What script made a girl OD? Trust where I'm at, you would never get a mention. Been a bad boy from before 03. Back then used to add top and get me the attention. Or but less than that wind blow trees. Handy man roll street with a rich. We been listening to roadside G's car. We were on the roadside GK town on the ICE. Where's cold, no minus degrees. You like to go. But I thought I had to take it back with 90% of the man that could back out a pack like that. We were just on road for the gas, for the chicks, for the
Yeah.
Didn't trust nobody when we try to snap mo, dumb moves and we're dancing and that. Way back when used to have a close friend then who went hard in the trap. Had a new GT man used to draw gal like a portrait artist and that. Made a couple of my man them hits so they sucked his belly like Limo. Jack turned Jill, went took to the hills, ain't heard from him still, it was real in my field like that.
What good?
Alex Holder,
Yeah.
what do you think? What do you have for breakfast?
Protein. Just straight protein. He's quite fit, yeah, but I don't really care that much, so I'm not bothered. Alright.
Well, that is the most. You know what?
Only the strongest survive.
It's outrageous. I love the way that your highlights involved fried chicken
Yeah.
and just basically messing about with the weirded leprechaun
Yeah.
and the idiot in the corner.
Yeah.
So that's what you've learnt in 3 years.
Yeah. That the hot counter from Sainsbury's is
That's
other
exactly.
shops.
There are other hot counters
barbecue
available.
wings,
Yeah.
chicken and mushroom slices,
Excellent.
whatever you like.
So what was it like when you first came here? There was the only day he was smart, wasn't it? What was it like when your mum rang me up? You got to talk about that one, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I kind of pushed that to the back of my mind.
My boy?
Yeah.
My boy's not happy.
Severe bullying.
I was on holiday.
Severe bullying.
Severe bullying. Wasn't enough of it.
Did the bosses not protect you?
No. Not at all.
Yeah, you could chance now to have a go at your previous colleagues.
No.
Oh.
You all moulded me to be the person I am
Oh, this is exactly.
Lots to answer for.
We have got a lot to answer for. Jeff looks like he's Tony Hart scribbling away. So, have you had a good 3 years?
Yes.
Boy to man.
Yes.
Excellent.
Very much so. I've learnt a lot.
And what are you going to do now?
Do more of what I like doing.
Which is?
Filming and editing and creating cool things.
It's brilliant, isn't he? He's so normally giving it this. The moment he's on camera, shy as anything.
There's a reason why I'm behind the camera, not in front.
Okay. But you've learned brilliant stuff, haven't you?
Yes.
So
No, we've had some good times, definitely.
excellent. You've had some good rows with people. That's always good.
I have, yes.
Yeah.
Especially
Previous staff.
That one in the corner.
Especially that one in the corner.
And
That's
him.
Yeah, and him.
Sometimes.
Obviously, your favourite bosses. That's enough. Good. What more do we want?
Both? Both count?
It's all right. He's paid you your last check, so you don't have to worry
Oh,
now.
Jeff then.
Nice for you.
Either. Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
Outrageous. That's outrageous.
Yes.
He's the granddad.
Wait a minute. Separated the
Oh, God. Yeah, go and get the photo.
So
bring this in.
there's a amazing picture of when Jeff was 20, or is it 19?
Yeah,
God
it's about
knows.
20, and we look
No one knows about Jeff's parentage.
surprisingly identical.
Exactly.
Not now though, but
You'll look just like him one day.
Well, imagine that. Have you got a message for your mum?
hi mum.
Yeah, I've
Excellent.
got a message for his
Hi,
mum as
Alex.
well.
Hey! Look at that.
Separated at
Right,
birth.
let me just get that there. Right? That is just shocking, isn't it? Look at that. What did you think when you first saw that? Did you think your dad had really
I've had it since I
gone
joined.
gone
so
gone AWOL?
it's been various.
That's his leaving present.
That could be his leaving present. And in terms of what you've learnt the most,
Yeah.
because like you said, and this is the thing, we're dead proud of him because he came as an apprentice. He said to college, didn't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
And what did you learn? Because
Loads.
Tia's spent thousands on a
Loads.
degree and learnt bloody nothing, so we know that.
Probably a lot more like people skills than you would inside of uni
Yeah.
or college.
Apprenticeships work?
They do. They really do. I like them a lot.
Make a case. Be political.
Oh God. Well, the reason why that I left was because I didn't really want to be taught and kind of have to write stuff down about how to be creative and how to make videos and how to film and how to
Because
edit.
it's pants.
Pants.
You just do it, don't you?
Yeah, you're just better to be thrown in the deep end and just do it and learn from there instead of learning the kind of easy way. So
There you go. So
apprenticeships help.
don't you feel smug that you spent 3 years earning money and then Tia's completely broke and she just came and joined us?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
bit broke myself.
But yeah, well, that's because you buy really expensive cars, so we won't go into that. Well, I think our view of how he's been can only be summed up by this little meme.
Awful. Seriously awful. Awful. Seriously awful. Awful.
That was your whole time. Awful. Seriously awful. Well, we can't say that you're going off to do some weird shit, aren't you?
Yes.
Totally illegal. But hey, here's a little prezi which I'd like you to. Whoa!
You didn't have to, but thank you
Okay.
very much.
So normally a vibrator comes in different sizes. We thought we'd get one that would be appropriate for his mother to see. So there we go.
Oh,
Oi, oi,
Jesus.
oi.
That's
Do you wanna-
lovely.
Okay, so he's going off to do something quite posh, working with people in the city. So we thought he finally should look a little bit more smart. So there you go, that's from Jeff and I.
Thank you very much.
Oh, our pleasure, our
Lovely.
pleasure. Right, now you've got the whole lot to go.
Oh
Right,
my
we go.
God. What's going on?
If you wanted Energy News this week, then it's not happening. Go on, Pri. They're numbers. Pri's numbered them as well.
Why is there so
Jesus,
much
number. Where's number 2? Where's number 1? Okay. We are sacking him. Right, number 1. Open number 1.
Oh my God. It's like pass the parcel.
Tis.
Normal service will be resumed next week.
We will be doing
Oh.
more news.
The classic.
Oh,
The
look at
classic.
this.
Ooh. My favourite.
What's the significance?
I dip them in hot milk So if anybody wonders where all the milk goes in the office,
Disgusting.
it's various mugs with these bad boys dipped in.
Right, get rid of that. Number 2.
Can I just say something, by the way? There's a comment, and it makes more sense to read it out now.
Okay, what's the comment?
Comment from Kevin Corcoran.
Kevin Corcoran.
And he says, is this an energy show or Smith & Jones?
Oi, oi!
No idea what that is, but
Yeah, so, there you go.
Kevin, you're old like us.
By the way, can we have the camera on both of us, you fools? What the hell are you doing? Look.
You're not pretty good.
Jesus Christ. Right, open this one. What's that one? Oh, my God.
mega shooter. And on the back it says don't kill anyone.
Brilliant.
You
We
can
should
see
fire
that.
that later. Number 3. This kind of tells you the sort of life we've had here.
A diary. A diary, a book. A butler's guide to table manners.
Ah!
It's from you, isn't it?
Right, wait, hang on. What number was that? 3. Where's
Three.
4?
Three.
This must be 4. What the hell that is, I have no idea. It could be a bog roll.
Could be.
You're always a 6 note.
No, it's a mug. It's a mug.
A mug, what does it say?
Hangry. A state of mind and behaviour characterised by being angry as a result of hunger. Which is very true.
The other side.
The service here is terrible. Where's my food? I'm starving. I'm starting to feel really hungry. Spelled right. Okay, then.
About right, yeah.
The hell? This is not Semtex.
You can know that is already out.
Go on, Al. Is it a sausage?
Come on,
You're
you're
illegal
so
sales.
familiar with this stuff.
Re-
Go on, Alex.
I literally have no idea. Oh, it's protein. Oh, Jesus.
Right. Why have they got you that?
It's essential.
Because I have a lot of protein a lot of the time.
And
And
what did you after?
what do I do after?
Well, that's between him and Alex. Let's leave that one. Where are we? I've lost count now. Jesus, 6.
And 6.
And so after the
This is all about sustainability. You can see, by the way.
this is what happened.
Oh, after protein, this is what happens. Oh.
Is there a story behind this?
Oh, it's all getting
I'm-
together. Hang on, there's a narrative. What does this say? Let's have a look what it says.
What does it
Right, turn around.
It's very true. It's very true.
It's green, so it won't work on the green screen.
That happened.
Actually, though, it's quite good. Hang on, let's just put that over his face.
That's good. That's very good.
You're all guilty of it too.
Number 7.
Happens, that's what you need.
Okay.
Very true. You do get
You
the
see,
part
Free's
from them.
such a storyteller. What is
Oh,
this?
more. Fire extinguisher.
Oh, dearie me. This is the last one, guys. So
Going and going.
hopefully, yeah, because otherwise he's had shit so far. Oh dear. What is it? Oh no, that's brilliant.
Vintage tattoos.
That's the other thing. He came along. He was a clean. Yeah, go on. Show him off at the end. Seeing as you spent ages. Can you
That
zoom in
one.
on that one?
That one on the back.
Right. Hold on.
The podcaster Suma explained.
Yeah, it's a picture of a chicken that's been tattooed on. Little few crumbs.
It's got KFC on
And it's got KFC, although other brands are available. Yeah, so there you go. He had none of that when he first came. And then look, there's a card, but we can do that later. So we've enjoyed having you here. In fact, we've loved having you here.
Thank you.
Christina says you owe her everything.
Okay.
So otherwise you wouldn't have had the job. But
True.
from Jeff and I and the whole crew, Big Al bows out.
Thank you. Love you all. Thank you very much.
And where are we going, classy, tonight? We're going to a burger joint.
TGI
Yeah, all right. Other brands are available. Okay, right. Enough of that. Let's move on to this week's Banter Box.
Oh, it's not meant to be.
So there you go. What do you mean it's not meant to be
serious,
banter?
Serious stories.
So you bought most of that garbage for him.
Yeah, Johnny and I went to the shops and grabbed the stuff, but everyone contributed, so thank you very much,
Oh,
everyone.
did they actually pay for once?
Um,
Not yet. There you go. I
Tia
bet it's
did.
him. I bet Bertie hasn't
Tia's
paid.
paid
He
for
hasn't
it.
even paid for my one yet, has he?
This way, all the women
he paid today.
Ah.
Finally, after a month, I got some money from Robert
Jesus.
for Sumit's birthday, which was
A
over
month ago. Absolutely. What's it been like working with that boy child who's now become a man? You
He
did
has
his
become a
first
man.
shoot, wasn't
He
it?
has become a man. Yeah, the H&M shoot.
Yeah, the the first shoot.
Yeah, it was a H&M shoot.
Yeah, don't watch it.
A
please.
disaster, but we made a film.
Nothing's changed, has it? So will you miss him?
Oh, I'm gonna miss him.
Ah.
But I'm not gonna miss a few of the things he does in the office,
Yeah.
which you don't want to know.
No. There's been a lot of gas in this office, hasn't
Yes, that's why we've got him the presents that you saw earlier.
there? Absolutely.
So
Anyway, let's move on to proper news, and you have
Yep.
plenty of it. Let's go through it.
yes, first up, so from Ofgem. So Ofgem has ordered npower to allow more of its customers to take part in its switching pilot project.
Right.
So basically, earlier this year, between February and April, Ofgem had a switching trial, energy switching trial,
Yeah.
and about 50,000 customers took part in this trial, and it found that more than 1 in 5 customers who are classed as disengaged, so these are customers who haven't switched in a long
My
time.
mother.
Maybe mine too.
Yeah.
Actually saved because of this trial. So this Ofgem trial is meant to make things simpler for customers. So following this trial, more than 1 in 5 of these customers saved on average £300 a year by switching. So Ofgem wants to conduct another trial later this autumn, and it basically asked npower to allow around 100,000 of its customers to take part.
Yeah.
But npower has said no to that and has only said it would provide 50,000 customers.
Why has it said no?
It just said we've provided 50k customers. We are happy to do this as soon as Ofgem wants to, but basically Ofgem is saying that
Should we
npower
double the
hasn't
amount of
allowed,
number?
hasn't
That's
agreed,
interesting.
agreed
We
to
should
100,000
ask them. We'll
customers.
try and follow that up next week. One thing's interesting though. The story, I think it was yesterday, about the CMA, not just about energy, but about things like insurance, phones, and all that, and
Yeah.
saying how many people are being ripped off
Ripped
because
off, yeah.
they're not swapping when contracts come in, or
Yeah.
they're paying too much for a phone.
Because
this is
it's
all part of
loyal
the whole thing.
customers.
Yeah.
It's usually the loyal
And it's normally the
customers.
older people, dare I say, who
Yeah.
are loyal because they don't switch. They're not like Johnny, who's mercenary. So, you know, older people are lovely people.
Yes, of
They
course.
deserve our respect, and then they're getting ripped off. So what's your view on this one?
I do think energy suppliers do need to do more in terms of engaging customers. And I think in terms of this story, I mean, I don't know the exact reason. npower did give a statement.
Yeah.
And that statement basically just talked about the 50,000 customers that it has agreed to give.
Yeah.
And it's happy to do that as soon as Ofgem wants to.
Why
it
it's not the
doesn't wanna give
100,000?
100,000 customers.
Well, it's got to be money, isn't it?
I mean,
suppose.
I mean, if 1 in 5 customers save £300 a year
Yeah, that's a
because
lot.
of this trial, I think suppliers should oblige and do what Ofgem has suggested. 'Cause
Yes,
it seems
suppliers.
like it's helping customers. So,
Yeah, that's what it's about.
yeah.
All right, next one is
Next
all about
one,
oil and gas,
oil and
but in a
gas.
different take on oil and gas.
Yes. So
Having talked about gas
Some
in the
of-
office,
he's on his phone.
he's
I
on his
don't know.
phone
Yeah,
like, look,
he's
look,
texting his mum
now he's
or
done his bit, he's just talking to his girlfriend. That's all he does.
saying, "Watch
Useless.
me."
I'm
He
telling
started.
people to tune in.
He started off being really like kind of whatever. Now every lunchtime he goes, oh hi Alex. We hear him,
Getting
don't we?
really, I think we need the fan on.
Turn the fan
yeah,
on.
getting
Yeah,
really hot in
She's
here.
getting hot. Shut up, Robin.
Thanks,
You can say
Johnny.
nothing.
My personal-
Actually, Johnny can just fan them. That's quite good. Right. Okay. Next one.
Next
gas.
one is oil and gas. So 13 of the biggest oil and gas companies, offshore oil rig, oil and gas rig, have committed for the first time to collectively reduce methane emissions.
I wish we could do that in here.
So these are ignore Sumit. So these are emissions. These
Keep
are
with it, Pri,
emissions
go on.
that are emitted as a result of oil and gas production. So when
Yes.
oil and gas is being produced. So these companies include BP, Chevron, Equinor, Shell, Total, ExxonMobil. So these are among some of the companies.
Yeah.
So they are very big,
Equinor used to
big
be.
oil companies. Statoil,
Oh,
they've
you
changed
see,
their name
You can't knock
because they
it.
want to get
Johnny
move
wouldn't
away
have a
from
bloody
oil.
clue.
So
we'll
they're
find out
part
later.
of this initiative
Yes.
called the Oil and Gas Climate Initiative. And basically they're saying they're going to reduce these methane emissions by
how much?
0.25% by 2025.
That doesn't sound a lot.
It doesn't sound a
Quarter
lot.
of 1%.
Yeah, so that's about 350,000 tons a year.
Okay. That
I
does
think-
sound like a lot.
And it is a step in the right direction, I
Yes.
think, because there are big oil and gas companies, obviously emitting a lot of these greenhouse gas emissions. So I think
Well, let's put it this way. We're not going to get rid of oil and gas, right? Whatever we say, we still need it. So I think if we can clean the pathway, then that is no bad thing. And this is the industry doing it themselves, is it, rather than being told?
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah. So it's an initiative. So the biggest, 13 of the biggest CEOs, oil and gas company CEOs have got together to do this.
Okay. And then the final gaseous story, a bit
yes,
of a gas.
This
It's
is
a
very
very odd
interesting.
picture you've chosen, Pri, or is that being chosen by...
No, it was part of my story, but I think it's
It just
lost
looks like a
in
tree.
No, it's meant to be. There's meant to be a truck there.
Okay, can you fiddle the picture? Do you know how to make it smaller?
You can see the truck and the protester on top of the truck. So that's
make us small. Do you know how to make us small, Tia? Guys, help her out. Make us wee.
Make us small. Go on the corner.
Robert, stop fiddling around. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey. Right. So what have we got here? What's going on?
So you can see the protesters on the two trucks.
Yes.
So those trucks here.
One.
Oh, hang on. Where am I?
One there.
On this one.
One there. And one there. Yes.
There.
Yeah, go on.
So these protesters are on top of these trucks, lorries, which has equipment taken to in Lancashire. It's on its way to
Quadrilla. What a surprise.
On its way to Quadrilla's Preston New Road site for drilling. And basically, a group of protesters disrupted.
But we've done loads of this stuff. I mean, remember Vicky did those ones down in...
But
where was it? In
why
Surrey.
is this interesting? This is interesting because
Cut across me now.
3 anti-fracking protesters, so those 2 of them, I think, on those trucks, 3 of them were jailed, have been jailed. So it's believed to be the first time environmental campaigners have been jailed since 1932.
What have they been jailed for? Trespass or something? Do we know?
Yeah. So for stopping some lorries with drilling equipment. It was so for 4 days they stopped these trolleys, and they've been sentenced for 15 and 16 months.
What? That much?
Yep. So
wow.
That's why I thought this.
Hey, come on, guys.
Story.
Look, I'm all for, getting rid of the great unwashed. But that's not fair. They should be allowed to protest. And jailing people for protesting, what the hell are we going for?
It's pretty crazy, yes. So
it's like a communist state, totalitarian.
And Quadrilla said, obviously the environmental groups are not very happy about this.
No, yeah.
Quadrilla said it is in support of peaceful protesting, but if it's something that would disrupt...
No, I understand that, and I do get that, but I don't think jailing people for 16 months...
jailing is a big step.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sorry to end on a very, very sad note, but...
Okay, but it's there's some love going on. Will you be quiet, you two? We're still on air, look.
Alex and Johnny are just,
honest to
disrupting
God.
today's
Just
session.
too much. Anyway.
And I think I'm done now.
You're done.
So I'll let Johnny take over. Thank
God, goodbye. Thank you.
God help us all.
Yeah, this is the moment. Look, right, are we actually going to get some cameramen doing anything?
And camera women. Equality.
We haven't seen
Talking
that
of
yet.
equality,
Oh,
you made
God.
fun of me for not knowing what Equinor's old name used to be.
Yes,
Do you know why they're even called Equinor?
yes, they're named after a horse.
No. Equi, as in equality and fairness for everyone,
Yes.
the paradigm that all oil companies are based on, and Nor for Norwegian. So Equinor, fair Norway. So I'm pretty clued up, you might say.
God help us. Alex, would you like to take over? Because frankly, compared to this car crash, you're a lot better. Anyway, what have you got for me? You've got something that's going to annoy me, haven't you?
Yeah, I've picked the 3 stories that I think might antagonise you this week,
Go on then.
just to push you over the brink.
Push me over the brink.
So,
By the way, hello, podcasters. You must watch it as well as listening, but Alex had some very tearful eyes, didn't he?
he did.
Especially with the chicken.
We'll cheer him up later.
We'll cheer him up. Right, go on then. Hit me with the first one, which I am quite
Who's
a big
your
fan.
favourite politician?
I
Okay, who's
cannot
your
say
least
it.
favourite politician?
Jeremy Corbyn.
Okay, so
Not because I'm not left-leaning. Okay, I used to be a Labour man. That's all. I'll just park it there. A little bit of politics.
Jezza, the People's Champion, has announced a series of green promises that the Labour Party will enact
if they ever get into power, which I agree with Sumit, doesn't seem that likely.
Okay, go on.
So yeah, he's promised that he's going to create 400,000 green jobs.
Okay.
Those are basically going to be primarily the workers and engineers that will be working on renewable energies, mainly wind farms.
The Trots. Can we watch him in full flow?
The proletariat, yeah.
Here, your hero.
I can announce this today that our programme
Look at that
of
suit. Look how
investment
well it
and
hangs off your
transformation to achieve a 60% reduction in emissions by 2030 will create over 400,000 skilled jobs to ensure that comes about. Good jobs. Good jobs based here and on union rates, bringing skills and security to communities all over the country that have been held back for far too long.
He will create 400,000.
And we'll go further.
When
When
he gets into power.
Zero by the
So yeah,
middle
and
of
he's
the
going to build
century.
lots of new wind
And I
farms,
am
he promises, and that's where the jobs are going to primarily come from. He'll also have people working to insulate homes better, to eradicate fuel poverty, because
Yes.
he cares about the poor
Of course.
and the vulnerable,
Absolutely.
unlike certain other parties.
Yeah, of course.
He plans to reduce greenhouse gas emissions because he cares for our natural environment.
Of course he does.
As you would.
He
And
cares
he
so
even
much.
said that he would support Theresa May, something I would never do,
Yeah.
if she delivers a sensible Brexit deal, which, among other things,
Yeah.
ensures environmental standards remain
All right.
past Brexit.
So let's just cut to the crap here. Frankly, this is all pants, isn't it?
well, it
Because
is very
all of the-
hypothetical, yeah.
All of these jobs, right, this is nothing new. He's not creating them. The industry has been going green anyway. Sustainable jobs are on the rise. We all know that people are investing
Someone's
in
got to take credit for him.
Exactly.
And he's
And I'll tell you one thing, though. If we add him in, we will have, and let's get me wrong. Look, if you're into Jeremy Corbyn, good on you. Whatever, go for it. My view is very simple. I don't believe that he has any clue about the finances required. He also has this idea that we can return to the 70s when we had a unionised system where you could do all this stuff. And we don't. So you're going to have to renationalise one of his big things, the energy
Well,
sector.
that was my last point. Renationalise the water and energy sectors. But thankfully, I wasn't alive in the 70s, so it's the first time round for me. So I'll deal with
Ask your
it.
dad.
Yeah, Dad, if you're watching, leave us a comment.
Yeah, God. Anyway, enough of that. Corcoran's watching. He is a 70s boy. Right, move on.
Okay,
Because I'm
so
bored with Corbyn.
the next one is about Porsche.
Which Corbyn drives, clearly.
No, Corbyn probably drives a knackered Saxo, I would imagine, but I've got no idea. But yeah, so Porsche basically have announced that they're going to stop selling diesel cars.
Yes.
They only 12% of their cars last year were diesel, so it's not a massive jump. But I think
It's not big.
it's quite an interesting story considering they're, to my knowledge, the first manufacturer that has phased
Yeah,
them
but
out
hang
right
on.
now.
Porsches are really fast. They're generally petrol cars, so
Yeah, but you get those. So you got the Macan. I don't know much about cars, but you got the Macan, the Panamera, and the Cayenne. I know the Cayenne, but they're the three bigger Porsches, 4x4s or SUVs or whatever you want to call them. And they were the
Like
ones
mine.
that were primarily available in diesel offerings.
yes, like
so,
mine.
So those, yeah, like yours.
Like my gas guzzler I've just bought.
Yeah, so those will now be. The Porsche basically says it's going to focus on hybrids and electric. So it's
course
going
it
to
is.
phase those diesel versions out.
All right.
And it's kind of similar to what you said about Jezza, to be honest. This is where the industry's going anyway, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
want to get their CSR credentials up.
Whatever.
So they put out a press
And
release.
now we end with da 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 da.
I don't watch Star Wars, but yeah, so Indiana Jones, I think, is his best work.
Da, 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 da. Go
So
on.
yeah, Harrison Ford, he was speaking at the Global Climate Action Summit.
We're as big as Harrison now, look.
There's
we do that?
stormtroopers just here, by the way.
All right, let's
in case-
let's get small so we can see. Oh,
in
look, you
case
can
the-
see him. Yeah, you can see them.
In case the copyright people at Lucasworks are watching
No,
this.
those stormtroopers are not images of stormtroopers. They are paid for on Shutterstock. So
Yeah, they're
You
actually
don't sue us,
snowmen
Lucas.
if you look closely.
anyway, Harrison.
So he said that basically
Ham
the
to
way,
his friends.
obviously we hear a lot about, need to build renewables, kind of drive electric cars, all these ways to reduce emissions. But he says the important thing to actually do to tackle climate change is to help nature. So instead of saying let's use less petrol and so on, He's saying, let's stop deforestation in Sumatra
Yes.
and the Amazon.
Let's do that.
Protect the coral reefs.
I
Don't
agree
kill
with him.
koalas.
Yes.
Um,
Did he say anything about flying around in little propeller planes with loads of aviation fuel and?
he wouldn't do that though, would
No, not really.
he?
He'd crush him,
I
wouldn't
can't
he?
imagine that these celebrities
Look,
would.
don't get me wrong. You did the story, wasn't it, about Leo DiCaprio making that doco? a year
Yeah, am I
ago?
allowed to slate him?
Well, you slate whoever you like. Well, the fact is,
I think Harrison's efforts are more sincere than Leo's, put it that way.
yeah, well, the fact is, don't get me wrong. This is great because you get film stars talking about climate change, but they're the last flipping buggers on the planet that should be lecturing any of us.
Yeah,
They're
Ferraris
carbon
and
footprint-
helicopters
exactly.
and
17
caviar
houses.
ship from Russia.
Yeah, and then
everything.
if you've ever been to a film set, which I have, the amount that they have on a trailer, for them. So don't give me this crap.
Yeah.
It's just the rich lecturing the poor.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm sounding like Corbyn.
Exactly. See, and yet Harrison Ford. If you watch that full video, he even has a dig at President Trump himself.
Oh, really?
By saying people don't
Shit
believe in
show.
climate change shouldn't be put in power.
Okay.
So he's getting
Bit
very
late.
political
That's-
and impassioned.
But
yeah,
he's also 76, as is my mum. Things start to happen.
yeah, maybe he's just going a bit senile.
No. Well, allegedly. But look, it's a fair point and it's given us lots of hits, which is great, and people like to know about film stars. But my point is there are lots of normal people, and what about the people in these countries that are facing all this climate change? No one wants to hear about them. They just want to hear when a film star pants on about it.
Hug a tree.
Hug a tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay here. Hang on.
Cree wants to come back on.
We've got another comment. Who's this from? Kevin Corcoran.
We've got two.
Because he's a vegan. I've got something for you later, Kev.
Sumit's getting all Billy Braga added this week.
Oi, oi! Billy Braga.
Next one. How long were you clowns at the pub this lunch?
We haven't been to the pub yet,
We will be there
but we will be.
very shortly.
Yeah, and we'll be raising a glass of vegan beer for you.
Mm.
Right, are you done?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah?
Stories.
Yeah, God.
Stories,
As if.
Morris.
Stories, s'mores. There'll be lots of exciting stuff going on.
Yeah, please contact us at stories@energylivenews.com to give us feedback, praise, hate mail, whatever you feel like.
And stories about film stars. Stay there. Right, let's do what's coming up. So, obviously, our diary dates.
Oh no.
Yeah, be quiet. So, Expo, 31st of October with Claire Perry, our Energy Minister. Hopefully you'll be seeing a video. There we go. So, Claire Perry will be speaking to our audience. We've got around about 320 registered. We want plenty more. So, get in touch with Harry. We'll be in touch with you anyway if you're on our list. You can't miss it. And I'm delighted to formally announce, I mentioned it last week, but he's now fully on the panel, Neil Clitheroe, who is the global head of retail at Iberdrola, or Scottish Power, and he will be one of our speakers on the CEO panel, where he'll also be joined by Beatrice Bijois, Martin Pibworth,
He doesn't
and
look like a Beatrice.
quiet, and Ian Funnell, all right, from ABB. So plenty going on there. We have got all of the content sessions pretty much filled, and you'll see them on our website, so go on to that. And there are some good things, and you and Pri will be hosting a couple of bits, won't you?
Yep, it's really good. I'm looking forward to it.
And
a
the
lot.
three themes are, Jonathan?
The three themes are energy, the future of energy supply, perhaps.
Blimey, he's just pulled himself out of that one.
Technology.
Yes.
Yay! And the other one, it's like a wild card. You decide what it is when you turn up. Brexit.
No, energy independence, both of you.
Similar to security of supply, though,
God,
really.
I'm talking absolutely. It's not security of supply, it's future of supply. Anyway, future of supply, energy independence, and technology. Things that he knows nothing
Shall I
about.
give you the dates for Open now?
Yeah, why don't you? It's up on the board. Go for it.
I can't read that. 6th of December, Elpa, Silver Sturgeon, the Thames, Black Tie.
Yes.
So, yep, come along. The energy sector's biggest personalities will be there, including us. But no, please nominate your colleagues. It's free to do so, obviously,
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
our website.
We've had loads of nominations, but keep them coming in.
Yeah.
We've only got another week or two for that too before we close it.
I've never been on a boat party. So
Brilliant.
I'm excited.
Okay, well, look, that's about the end of the show, except for it is Hug a Veggie Day.
Where's the other gift gone?
I don't know. I think that was a bit sort of fruity,
Ah,
that
okay.
gift.
Oh.
So there you go. That's the Kiki Buds to throw in away some veg. Pri loves that because she hates veg, whereas Tia is all veg, aren't you? Tia? Big fan of carrots, we hear. That's all we'll say. Ladies and gents, I hope you've enjoyed listening to the show, watching it. Rob's had a haircut, although he's still an idiot. And we'd have to say goodbye to Alex. You're going to miss him, aren't you?
I'm not going to have anyone to bicker with.
Your little prod cushion. That's it.
I know. I'm going to miss him a lot.
Oh.
Come on, Al. Come sit on my lap.
Yeah, go and have a goodbye hug, these two.
Come on.
So, ladies and gents, thank you for listening. If you're watching, you'll see that this is all wrong. This is all for you, Kevin Corcoran. Figure up. Adios.